Hello, welcome back to Rybrick TV and welcome to the brand new Maserati Grecale. Now, let's start this video by saying it's January in the UK and the weather is absolutely horrific outside. But let's be honest, the Grecale needs to perform in weather like this. It's going to be used as an everyday car. So to be honest, as a test for this car, it's not a bad thing. Let's start with the facts. The Grecale is available in 3 different trim levels: the GT, the Modena and the Trofeo. This particular car sits right in the middle. This is the Modena. In the GT and the Modena, you get a 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, producing 300 horsepower in the GT and 330 in the Modena. Both cars have 450 newton meters of torque as well. And then in the Trofeo, you have the Nettuno V6 from the MC20 supercar. Now I imagine that one feels pretty ridiculous. It's got over 500 horsepower as well, and I bet that is a monster. But I'm driving the Modena, which is most likely going to be one of the most popular models available. Now, both the GT and the Modena also use a mild hybrid system, so a 48-volt belt-driven hybrid system called e-booster, where the car doesn't drive on electric at all. The e-booster can be used to fill in the gaps in the engine when the turbos are spooling up, when there's a drop in torque, and it works really, really well. Interior-wise, the Grecale has really stepped on. It is a huge difference to the Levante and the Ghibli that came before. We've got a 12.3-inch infotainment system in the centre here with a new design layout. All of it is incredibly easy to use, very fast. You can have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and let's be honest, that's what most people are going to use. And then below that, there's an 8.8-inch touchscreen as well, which is where you can use all the other functions, so the heaters, the heated seats, etc, etc. Loads going on down here, which on a day like this you're going to be using a lot. Now that means that it frees up the rest of the cabin to be very buttonless, to be very easy to use and very simplistic in its design. I love this new steering wheel, it feels fantastic, and I also love that the start-stop button for the engine is on the steering wheel. We've got a new digital display directly in front of me. I've got heads up in this particular car, a great sound system, this gorgeous open wood trim as well. And well, sitting in here, it's an incredibly lovely place to sit. The seats are nice and comfortable, and well, it feels great. But what about the driving experience? That's the main thing from today. So let's start on the comfort side of things. Well, I did around 200 miles in the last few days in this car, and I have to say it's very, very comfortable. You can get air suspension on the Grecale. It's standard on the Trofeo and an option on the GT and the Modena. This particular car doesn't have it, but to be honest, I don't know whether it really needs it. The ride in this car is brilliant. I'm across some really horrible, rutted, potholey B roads at the minute in the UK, and as you can hear and see, it's throwing it down and it's handling them all with incredible ease. The refinement in here as well is really good. It's nice and quiet on the motorway, and here all I can really hear is the rain, which is, well, it's January, so what do you expect? It rides the horrible roads that we have here in the UK with ease. It's incredibly impressive. And then let's get on to the other bit. We've got this little toggle switch down here, which I can go across into sport. Immediately the car feels more ready to go, more like it's ready, it wants to go, it's Italian and it's snarling and it wants to go. But you might be thinking, oh, it's only a 2-litre, so surely it's not going to sound very good, it's not going to feel like it goes very well. But you pull on one of these lovely metallic shift paddles, listen to this. Hello. It wakes up, and I have to say the chassis in this car is a real highlight. Oh, it just It grips and goes. It's got a real supple edge to it. It's not, doesn't feel like it absolutely batters the road. It feels like it just flows through with a great fluidity. All Grecales get four-wheel drive as standard as well, and an 8-speed automatic ZF gearbox, which when you do want to start playing around with the paddles, it's nice and responsive. Oh, listen to those upshifts. Now, I don't know whether they're synthetic or not. I haven't heard this car from the outside, and I'm not going to be putting a camera by the exhaust today because, well, it's just going to get ruined. But it sounds really soulful, and it almost sounds like a 6-cylinder rather than a 4. Well done, Maserati. There's bucket loads of traction as well, even on days like today and roads like this. It just sticks to the road with such confidence, and then the steering is lightning fast, but not too quick that it can catch you out. There's plenty of feedback through the steering wheel. Oh, bravo! I've got to be honest, I wasn't expecting to like this car, but it's surpassed any expectations by a long way. It makes you smile, it really does, and for a small SUV like this, oh, it feels plenty fast enough as a Modena. I can't imagine what the Trofeo's like with that V6. But the other thing that the Grecale does incredibly well is cabin space. In the back of the Grecale, there is acres and acres and acres of space. I mean, I'm about 5'11", and there's absolutely loads of space in front of me. This is in my driving position as well, and there is just bucket loads of space. It is a beautiful place to sit back here as well with this gorgeous soft leather. There's a little cubby hole here, so you can build an armrest and some cup holders. We've got air conditioning down here as well. The leather's beautiful, soft and supple. You've got the open pore wood across the dash. Yeah, loads of headroom as well. It is class leading in terms of its interior space, the Grecale. So, what are my final thoughts on the new Maserati Grecale? Well, as I've already mentioned, it's surpassed any of the expectations I had of it. It is a really, really great car, this. It's nice and responsive when you really want to get on it and attack a B road. It sounds great, this 2-litre 4-cylinder. And then when you want to put it back into comfort or GT mode, it just softens up and becomes a really great companion on long distance journeys. It's nice and quiet in here, it's comfortable, it handles the awful weather that we've had today just with ease. It hasn't even phased it. I think it's a great car. Maserati have done a really great job with this. And well, the next generation of Maserati starts here. It starts with this car. It's available now with internal combustion engines, and then by the end of this year in 2023, we'll have the Folgore, which will be the fully electric version. And well, I'm quite looking forward to having a go in that one. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. If you want any more information on the Maserati Grecale, or any Maserati for that matter, please contact the guys at our new Maserati Bristol retailer, and they'll be happy to help you out with any questions or information that you need. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for plenty more content to come, hopefully in better weather. And I'll see you guys again really soon.